the Zen Ronin. This is a product that has been widely talked about over the entire life of the Nintendo Switch, but I'm here today to tell you guys, is this really one of the best grips on the Nintendo Switch, or is it just kind of a very hyped up product? I do want to say a quick little thank you to Satisfye. They did send me the product, but it is not sponsored, so I can say whatever the hell I want, and I'm going to go absolutely crazy. So let's get started. That probably sounded horrible on the mic. Okay, so we're gonna switch over to the little overcam setup, which is just cinematic mode on the iPhone. So as we pull this baddie down, boom. It pops open here with a nice little case that they sent me, and I believe that the grip should be in here. It's time for another unnecessary use of the knife though. So we're gonna do a quick wham bam, thank you ma'am. Aha! Here is it. Pretty large, you know, but it is a grip for the Switch OLED. The cool thing about Satisfye, I would also like to mention, is that they have this not only for the Switch OLED, but for every Switch model, alongside grips for the Steam Deck as well. So if you're not even a Switch person, but you love the Steam Deck and you're looking for some extra grip, hey, they've got you covered there as well. But we're gonna dive into this and see if it's actually a good grip. So we just open this baddie up, the grip is sitting right here very nicely. I will say it has a very nice just feel to it. I don't know, it's grippy, you know? I feel like I'm not gonna lose it or anything like that. But let's throw the Switch into this baddie. It's as easy as just kind of one of the, yeah, it just slides right in there. And what's nice is it has these rubbery things that will make sure that the Switch is protected on top of that. So you just push it all the way down here, and it sort of clicks into place. Now this is what the Switch looks like with the grip on it, and this is what the back side looks like. As you can see, I still do have access to the kickstand, which is great. So even if I wanted to prop it up still, I have that ability, as you can see right here, which I do really love. One thing about Satisfye grips that I've always been a little bit hesitant about is this part here on the bottom. Seems a little ugly to me. I'm not really sure what it's for. It's also angled. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's angled downward. So it just stands it up very nicely. So you can set this thing down, it stands it up really nicely. I don't mind that actually. I like that that has that feature. So that's the Switch grip. We're gonna talk about that more in a second, but I just wanna show you guys the case as well. It has this really nice sort of like fur lining, so nothing's getting scratched, very protective, as well as some slots for the games, which is always nice. And then it just has a very accurate cutout as to what this grip would look like. Now, another reason I'm very hesitant with a lot of grips is that I don't want to have to keep taking it on and off the Nintendo Switch. That's why Satisfye has always really appealed to me, and I've always been very interested in looking at their products, because with this specific Zen Ronin grip, you have access to the kickstand like we talked about earlier. You also can dock this bad boy. It is fully dockable, which is very great. You might be worried about these things on the side here, but this actually just sticks out, which I don't mind at all. So basically, once you put your Nintendo Switch in this thing, it can just live in there, which I am loving. Now, I'm gonna tell you a couple things. I have very small hands, so the Switch Joy-Cons aren't that big of an issue for me. That is why I've gone so long without a dock. I also mostly play, let me show you guys the ridiculous way I play. Now, this is gonna get a little dicey. So, I usually, when I'm doing handheld, and I'm like home or something, and I'm not out and about, so I can do this so I don't look like a maniac. We're gonna pop it out of this grip real quick. It's fairly easy to take out as well. You just push from the bottom, and it feels very secure in there, which I love. Has all these rubber stops right there, and it doesn't have a lot of branding. It just has Zen Ronin right there, and it has Satisfye right there, so it's a pretty sleek design. They also have a lot of different colors, so that's not the only one. I think I got pretty much the most basic one, but that is what I wanted for this time around. Now, let me go get my Pro Controller. So before the Satisfye grip, this was what I had to do. Now, hopefully, the idea is that the Satisfye grip will make it so I don't have to do this anymore. But I would go, and I'd bring my knees up like this. I hope to God you guys can't see my feet, otherwise I'm cutting this whole part out. So, I put the Switch right here, and I have the Pro Controller, right here, and I just kind of play like this. It's honestly a very good way to play. I highly recommend it, and I love to sit like this. Like, I'm always like, I can't sit in chairs normally, so I'm sitting like this constantly. So I like doing this, but in bed sometimes it can get a little bit uncomfortable. And so, that's why I have been looking for a grip for as long as I have. I think this thing is going to be sort of a game changer. The other night I was playing Fortnite, and I was just laying in bed playing it as my boyfriend played on the PS5 and I played on my Nintendo Switch. And I was sitting there playing it in handheld mode, not with this thing in between my knees because I did leg day, so I couldn't afford that. But as I'm sitting there playing this without the grip on it, my hands started to basically go numb, and that is when I knew. I was like, okay, I'm gonna start playing Switch handheld a lot more, so I'm gonna need to get a dock. I'm doing a lot of travel right now, you guys have probably seen on the channel, with just random stuff for the Spawncast, which has been like a dream come true. It's been the time of my life. But because of that, I'm playing a lot more Switch handheld mode, which I don't usually do. And so, again, I thought something like this would be a great investment, a great, just like, tester. You know, I want to see if I like that. Has a lot of features as well. We're gonna go take this bad boy on the road, and I'm gonna tell you guys sort of how I'm feeling about this throughout the day. So I just finished my workout. It was very light today. I just did cardio. I'm kind of exhausted, so I didn't think it'd be a good call to, you know, do it for forever. So I just did a little bit of the bike, and I played the Switch on the bike, so it was very relaxed, but I burned a couple calories. It's really all I wanted today. Tomorrow we're gonna go full crazy, but, you know, it's none of your guys' business. But anyways, yeah, I got some dope footage, but I'm like really hesitant to put it in here because I think that I'm gonna get very objectified. I work out in a sports bra, number one, which is not a problem. It's not an issue, I don't think. But some men out there might want to make it an issue. So I'd rather not deal with that, number one. Number two, my abs are better than John, so I wouldn't want to upstage him. Got the Satisfye grip though, and it was pretty comfortable to play for a while I was using the bike, so I'm probably honestly gonna keep doing this. It's something that I've never done, but it made the time pass so much faster. I usually hate biking and I'll just listen to some podcast or something, but if I can listen to a podcast and play a game or something at the same time, I will probably have a much better time doing cardio. Okay, I got back from my day with the Nintendo Switch and the Satisfye grip. I've had a very good time, to be honest. I was a little bit worried, okay? I think it's very fair to be worried about something like this because you see all these reviews about it and you're wondering, can it hold up to all this hype that these other people have generated for so many years? And I'm here to say that it fully has. I think it is one of the best grips for the ecosystem it creates alone. Let me explain. Most grips that you have to get, you're going to have to take them in and out constantly. If you want to dock the Switch, you take it out of the grip. If you want to use the kickstand, you take it out of the grip. If you want to put it in a new case, you take it out of the grip. But here, Satisfye has made it so seamless that you almost never have to take your Nintendo Switch out of it. What I mean by this is that unless you're taking off the Joy-Cons, I guess, this thing lives in this grip. I can dock it in the grip. Maybe I need a case. Maybe I'm traveling somewhere. I need to put the Switch in a case, in a bag. They give you the case. They have an entire ecosystem that is built around supporting their accessories, and that's something I really love. I'm an Apple person, and I know this is not the same, but the reason I like Apple so much is because of the ecosystem. There's nothing else that is great about an iPhone over an Android. Android usually has better technology, but the iPhones, the ecosystem alone, it sucks you in, and I can't get out. You're pretty much not going to ever have to worry about getting another grip as well. Because the price is somewhat premium, you get all of those premium features. You get really nice rubberized back hand placement thingies. You get no slip here. What's interesting, I don't know if you can see this, but it's rubberized right there. That rubberization makes it so the Switch can't really fall in and out. I even press a little bit hard here and it's not coming out. You can get it out if you push really hard, but you have to be thinking about that. That has to be something you want to do. You can't ever do that by accident. And that's what I really love about this product. You can also stand it up with these little standy things, which is a great way to display a Nintendo Switch, and on top of which, you still have access to this kickstand. It's something that a lot of grips will just cover up. Then, by keeping it flush and keeping you available to do that, and keeping this part so thin, you can dock it, meaning you literally never have to worry about pulling the Switch in and out. It just lives in there, and this is how it's gonna be from now on. And I think that this is genuinely how I'm going to play the Switch going forward. One thing This is sort of a gripe, but it's a very personal gripe, so you're probably not gonna have this. I have teeny tiny hands. They're teeny tiny, they're very small. But even I, sometimes with the Joy-Cons, get cramped when I'm doing really long PlayStations. Only thing I would say, I wish they had an option for these grips to be a teeny tiny bit smaller, because then I think that would make it a little bit more comfortable for me. It's not like my hands are really stretching or anything, and I can get to all the buttons easy. It doesn't affect me in gameplay. It actually makes things a lot better. But at the same time, I think that if they went a little bit smaller with these back grips, I'd have a little bit more, you know, movement ability with the rest of my phalanges. It's not an issue. I'm not upset about it. I'm still gonna continue to use this product. That is my one very small gripe. Just maybe a little bit customizable sizing here would be nice. I think it's great, and I will continue to use it for as long as I use my Nintendo Switch, which hopefully is just until the end of 2024 if Nintendo Switch 2 is actually coming out. We will talk about that in another video, but before I leave, I want to say a big thank you to you guys. I appreciate you for watching the videos. It means the world to me. And before you go, I guess one more time, check out this video. It's a banger, it's a vibe, it's a good time, and I will see you over there.